Hi, welcome to my channel, Universal Soul Vibrations. This is going to be a reading for Taurus in love for January 2019. I would like to pull a oracle card from the Alice in Wonderland deck just to see what the energy is around the relationship. Impossible things. Working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, a fresh perspective. So it sounds like you are gaining a fresh perspective about a relationship that you're currently in. It's also, a struggle to accept what seems unlikely and devoting regular time to improving a situation, becoming better at something you care about, or changing something for the better. So it looks like, you're going to gain a fresh perspective in a relationship, and things are going to improve from there because you're going to, work on the relationship from this different perspective. I'm using the Crystal Visions Tarot. So let's get started on the reading. Give me one card for Taurus for January 2019 on how they feel about the other person. One card for January 2019 on how they feel about the other person. Give me one card. One card, I'm going to take that one. Flip it on out there. Oh, we got the Tower. Give me one card on how the other person feels about Taurus in January 2019 in love. Give me one card on how the other person feels about Taurus in January 2019. We got the Seven of Cups. How does Taurus see the other person? How does Taurus see the other person in love in January 2019? Give me one card. This card's been flipped up. It was Justice. Give me one card on how the other person sees, how Taurus sees the other person in January 2019. Six of Swords. Give me one card on how the other person sees Taurus in January 2019. What is the lesson that Taurus is supposed to learn? What is the lesson that Taurus is supposed to learn from this relationship? What is the lesson that the other person is supposed to learn from this relationship? Oh, that Justice card popped back out again. What are the conscious desires of Taurus in this relationship? What are the conscious desires of Taurus in this relationship? What are the conscious desires of the other person in this relationship? What are the conscious desires of the other person in this relationship in January 2019? What binds this relationship? What binds this relationship? The Nine of Wands. What are the current challenges in this relationship? It looks like there might be a bit of challenges. What's the current challenges in this relationship? And what is the advice regarding this relationship? What is the advice regarding this relationship? Oh, the Eight of Swords. Gotta get out of your head, Taurus. So you're feeling trapped, but you're not really. Let me just adjust everything. Okay, I'm gonna pull one card from the Romance Angels on what the hidden desires are. What are the hidden desires of Taurus? What are the hidden desires of Taurus in love in January 2019? What are the hidden desires in love in January 2019? What are the hidden desires in love, Taurus, in 2019? What are the other person's hidden desires in love? One card for the other person's hidden desires in love. Okay, so we start off this spread right out of the gate and how you feel about the other person, and we get the Tower. So the Tower comes in. You're feeling like this other person is, I want to say like it's crumbling down around you, and you're not, you know, there was something that you needed to take care of and look at and you didn't, so now the Tower's coming in to take care of that. How the other person feels about you is the Seven of Cups. And, you know, they're kind of riding up high, looking around. It's a card about imagination and dreams. This person feels that you're scattering your energies kind of all over the place. And dealing with too many options. It could be with your time, though. So they think you're kind of living in a dream world and avoiding the responsibilities. So they're not really that keen on you at the moment. They just think that you have, you know, I'm kind of hearing they think that you have too much on your plate, hence the Tower moment. And how you see the other person is the Six of Swords, and you're basically putting your swords down and walking away. You're walking away from this other person. How they see you is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, they do see you as a very strong person. Because, you know, she's standing there with her lion. The Queen of Wands, she's attractive, so they think you're attractive and energetic, confident, and warm. she is caring and sincere, but they see you as a very strong person. I think that's the main message that's being relayed with the Queen of Wands here. So that's how the other person sees you. Although they do think your energy is very scattered. The lesson that you are supposed to be learning is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands, it's talking about creativity. I guess it's asking you to be creative in your love life. Think outside the box, okay? And look at new adventures with enthusiasm. But I think it's more telling you to think outside the box when you're looking to choose a partner, and maybe choose someone that's not your normal type, instead of always going for the same type of person. I think it's asking you to take a look at someone that's kind of outside of what your normal box would be. What the other person is supposed to learn is justice, and this card represents fairness and honesty. You know, justice weighs all sides of everything. She's holding the scale, justice, and making things, you know, it's getting them balanced. And being accountable and taking responsibility for their actions. So it's kind of telling me that there was maybe some actions on the other person's part that kind of made you come to the point where you put your swords down and you just walked away. But the other person really is not, he's not taking accountability for that, or she. So this card, the lesson that they need to learn is that, you know, just as much as they're looking up at your actions, they need to take accountability for their own actions and not try to place the accountability all on the other person. The conscious desires of yourself is the Four of Pentacles reversed. And the Four of Pentacles reversed, upright, it's, you know, having a lot of abundance, having a lot of maintaining control and hanging on to your possessions. So when it's upright, it's telling you that you're trying to have too much control over what's going on in your love life. But it's in the reverse, so it almost, it's like this intense fear of, and I think it's more of a fear of, it says becoming poor or lacking trust. Yes, you lack trust, but I think it's just this intense fear of being alone. And Taurus, you're kind of haunted by this. It hangs on with you, and that fear makes it difficult for you to, you know, have a thriving relationship, because you're always afraid that somebody's going to leave you. But also, it's okay to be alone, I think, is the big message by this card. And this says this is your conscious desire. I don't think it's your conscious desire to be alone, but maybe that's what you need to be at this point. The other person's conscious desire is being put out in the cold. That's very odd that these two cards kind of showed up here. I actually think I want to clarify those, because they're in really strange places. Let me see. Let me just clarify the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the conscious desire. I mean, you could have the conscious desire to want to be alone, away from this person, and you are walking away, but just let me clarify. Please clarify the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the Four of Pentacles in reverse here? Please give me one card. I swear if the Four of Pentacles in reverse comes up again, please clarify why the Four of Pentacles is in reverse here. Please give me one card to clarify. Oh, the Two of Cups. So, we got the Two of Cups as our clarifier um, over the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So the Two of Cups talks about, you know, a soul union. Both of their cups match. They have a lot of, you know, I think your fear is, this is what you want. You want this Two of Cups relationship. That's your conscious desire. But you also fear it. Because you're afraid that they're going to walk away. So in order to gain this Four of Cups, you know, this Two of Cups relationship, this soul connection, and manifest it into your life, you can't fear it. The other person's conscious desire is the Five of Pentacles, and I want to clarify the Five of Pentacles because that's feeling left out in the cold. And I really don't think that it's any person's conscious desire to be left out in the cold. Please clarify the Five of Pentacles as the other person's conscious desire. Please clarify the Five of Pentacles as the other person's. Give me one card to clarify the Five of Pentacles. So we got the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands talks about, you know, coming back from something and being victorious. All these people here are around him. They're, you know, admiring him up on the horse, and he's, you know, won a battle or whatever. You know, the way the cards are made, it looks like he's coming back from battle, and he was victorious. You can't really see it in this one, but there's a wreath hanging off of the other wand. So in order for you to be successful in the other person, the conscious desire for them is to be victorious in a relationship, but they can't have this feeling of, you know, the conscious desire of being put out in the cold. I almost think like they put themselves out in the cold by some of their actions, and not looking at the actions that they should have been, you know, accountable for, which we kind of talked about in the beginning card. What binds this relationship is the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is sitting up on the I want to say the mountain, the rock, hanging out with her lion. So, you know, that's definitely some strength there. She's strong. So this, you know, I think that this union, if the two of you could get your head straight, could actually be that Two of Cups that you're looking for, Taurus. But you're letting too much I want to say overthinking, and I know the Nine of Wands doesn't have anything to do with that, but that's what I'm hearing. Too much overthinking about the relationships, too much fear get in the way of actually developing that Two of Cups relationship with this person. And, you know, she's this one up here. There's a lot of defensiveness, patience, perseverance. What it's saying is we need to watch and wait and proceed carefully. So what's binding both of you right now is that you're both being very cautious. You know, she's like the warrior sitting up there with her lion, looking like she's strong, but she's kind of sitting there, you know, she's on the lookout. She doesn't want to be caught off guard. So I think, you know, what we've got going on here as far as what binds you is you're both on the defensive, and you're both kind of looking out, waiting for the other one to kind of do something that isn't what you would expect of someone that, you know, you're in a relationship with. the current challenges is the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups, she's very, cups are all about the emotions. The Queen of Cups, she's very intuitive. She's very warm, she's sensitive, can be very emotional. She's a nurturer and empathetic, and I think you're both very empathetic. So that is kind of the challenge, because you can both kind of feel each other's feelings. And she's always honest and fair. So I think the challenge here is that with the Queen of Cups here, she can be very emotional. She can be very loving, but I don't think that you're both showing your emotions. That's the challenge in this relationship. Because you're guarded, you're on the defensive, you're kind of like, you're both kind of sitting there like, okay, well, what's going to happen here? Where is this going? Instead of just enjoying each moment by moment is what I'm hearing. So the Queen of Cups is asking you, with the current challenge, that being the challenge, is you need to show more of your emotional nurturing side, and both of you do in the relationship. And the advice, we got to definitely clarify this one, because the advice is the Eight of Swords. And if you look at the Eight of Swords cards, the woman's in, surrounded by 8 swords. She's all bound up in ribbons that the birds, the crows are holding on to. She's got a blindfold on, so she's not really seeing. And she feels trapped. She feels trapped. But I think it's more trapped in your mind, because the swords are about our thoughts. And she just can't find clear, the advice is, nobody's finding clarity, because they've got those blindfolds on, because they're too busy protecting themselves. So, you can't get to this Two of Cups because you're afraid to let your guard down. And obviously in relationships, you've got to let your guard down. You've got to let the other person see, who you really are. Let me clarify the Eight of Swords. Right here we got one. And that's clarified by the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, he comes in holding his sword mighty, mighty high. He does, that Knight of Swords. If you look at it, it looks like he's coming in quite quickly. The Knight of Swords, it's the kind of the younger energy of the sword. So this could be, also an air sign. Swords represent air. But the Knight of Swords, it's about forceful action and energy. They can be kind of aggressive and overbearing, but he's also charismatic. And let me just look and see what's on the bottom of the pile. Oh, we got Justice, and there's Justice over there. Yeah, this relationship just really needs to find the balance, and I think if it finds that balance, we can't be all caught up in, oh my God, are they going to leave me? What are they thinking? I just think there's too much of that going on. So there's some balance that's needed to come to this relationship. On Taurus's side, the card that same card that Aries got, the card that you got from the Romance Angels is Forgiving and Learning. This is for your hidden desire. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And I think that this reading definitely talked about that. You're living in past hurts and past energy. You need to heal that, heal the disappointments and the hurt from the past in order to get to this Two of Cups moment, to find that matching cup, to make your cups match again. And then we got the same exact cards, and I shuffled the deck and they fell out. So I don't know. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. So maybe it's time for you both to just step back from each other and just kind of, you might even be in, I feel like there is a separation at the moment. And because it's saying right here that, you know, you walked away. I mean you're seeing this person as walking away from you. So maybe it's just time for you to step back. And then we get on the other person's side, their hidden desires is flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others and do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. So, you know, maybe this is what this card is saying, that maybe someone else, your hidden desire of the other person is maybe with someone else. They could be flirting with someone else, and they could be giving more attention to someone else other than you. So Taurus, that's your love reading for January 2019. I hope you have a great 2019, and thank you for watching.